My name is David Assard. I was a crew member aboard a P-2V back in 1955. One of the guys in the after station, Don Sonic, got on the intercom and he said, "Pilot, this is after station. We've got aircraft out to port and starboard." He said, "They're shooting at us, they're shooting at us." And sure enough, they were. They did extensive damage to the aircraft. But mechanically, what they did that was quite bad was they shot out the port engine, lit it on fire. Dick, the pilot at the time, quickly dived into the clouds. As he let down with extremely high speed and blew the fire out. And he kept it out as long as he could, but then he had to level off. And the airplane slowed down, and when it slowed down, the fire reignited. He said, "Look, I'm going to stretch this thing to the land, and I'm going to ditch it on land." So he asked me, the navigator, "Give me a heading." And I said, "Well, take 030, that'll bring you to the southern coast of St. Lawrence." And the landing was as beautiful as you could imagine, with the notable exception that because we had no wheels and there were a lot of boulders and rocks on shore, they ruptured the center tank, poured fuel into the after station over one of the emergency exits, and promptly exploded, turned into a huge fireball. And as the plane decelerated, the fireball didn't, and it rolled forward and it burned everybody. When the airplane came to a halt, we all exited and ran about, 80 to 100 yards to a ditch to get out of the way of exploding ammunition. About 40 minutes later, I guess, we saw these boats coming at us, and it turns out these were Eskimos from Gamble, and they picked us up and they administered first aid to the best of their ability, and then drove us about 10 miles back in the boats to the village, where they took care of us. And then they had a couple of young kids crank up a generator that powered a transmitter, and they transmitted to Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage that they had us and the crew was all alive but wounded. And then the Air Force made arrangements to pick us up, which they did a couple of days later.